Hey, what's up? Today I want to talk about psychological tricks to get people to like you when it comes to sales and marketing and not when it comes to romance, okay? Now, before I begin, down below there's a link in that description. If you click on it, there's actually a training on what I truly believe to be the most important skill someone can actually get when it comes to making money online. All right. Now, one person I'm a big fan of, I admire a lot, is Joe Girard. Have you ever heard of this guy? Well, he was a car salesman. I used to sell cars a long time ago, but he wasn't just any car salesman. He was the number one car salesman. He was actually in the Guinness Book of World Records for selling the most cars. He sold like over 5 cars a day, which is pretty crazy. He said the secret to his success and making so much damn money was getting people to like him. It's like people have to buy into you first, not just your product, your company. You gotta get people to like you, right? It does help. It sounds cheesy. It sounds kind of weird, like what the heck? But that's just the way it is. Now, one way that he got people to like him, you're gonna laugh at this. You're gonna think this is stupid and crazy, but it doesn't really fucking matter because it worked. Each month, he sent out every one of his more than 13,000 prior customers that purchased from him. He sent them like a holiday card. Each month it was different. It could have been St. Patrick's Day or Thanksgiving, who knows. But his message he printed on the face of the card uh, never changed. It was the same damn thing. And all he said was, I like you. And as he explained it, there's nothing else on the damn card. That's it. I like you. Nothing but his name. He just tells him that he likes him. It's pretty crazy, huh? Pretty weird. Like, I never would have thought about that. Anyways, that's what he did. That's how he got people to like him, one of his ways. So there you go. There's a psychological trick. And it sounds so stupid, right? I read a book a while ago called The Art of the Pimp by Dennis Hoff. He owns all the brothels. And he used to train girls to get the most money from guys. That was a fascinating book. And, when the guy would come in, all these girls would line up. And he taught them to tell themselves is, I like this guy. I like this guy a lot. I like this guy. I like this guy. And that helped them make money. Because the thing is, we like people who like us. Crazy, right? So there's another psychological trick to get people to like you is tell yourself that you like the other person. It sounds so stupid and cheesy, but hey, it works. So there you go. There's a couple ideas. Now, the next little trick that I have for you is from an FBI behavior investigator. And I thought it was she has some pretty interesting ideas I want to share with you because I thought they were kind of cool. And that person's number one strategy to get people to like her was it's called non-judgmental validation, she calls it. And that basically is seeking other people's thoughts and opinions without judging them. Okay? Because people do not want to be judged in any way. The thought, their opinion, their behavior, their action, they don't like judging. Like, who in the hell, you think you're better than me? That's a bit of ego battle. And what do you think about this, huh? I was thinking about this last night and I was like, wow, this is really, really good. It sounds so simple and so common sense, but I'm not perfect at it. No, 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 no. Especially when it comes to my family, because I want them to succeed. So they come in with these crazy ideas. I'm like, what the? That's the stupidest damn thing I ever heard in my life. And they get all defensive. They see, we're acting like a bunch of dogs or something and we're stupid. And if I could have just been like, yeah, okay, cool, and just let it go. But no, I gotta throw my 2 cents out there. They see, it's like a stupid stuff. So now this is what's crazy. I want to share this with you. Is a study from CBS shows that people get more pleasure from talking about themselves than they do from food or money. It's like we just like to talk about ourselves and have people hear us and go, wow, okay, and just listen. I mean, think about like shrinks and how much money they make, and going to a therapist, just having someone listen to us. That's it. Non-judgmental. You're like, oh my God, you're the best talker in the world. All the damn person had to do is listen. Um, Our next thing the FBI investigator kind of mentions, which goes along this whole path, is putting your ego aside. We all have egos. I read a book a while ago called Ego is the Enemy. That's really, really good. Highly recommend it. I'm going to read it again. I thought it was such a damn good read. This guy who wrote the book has a tattoo reminding himself about the ego is the enemy. And there's a lot of truth to that, I think, too. Ego gets me in a lot of trouble, too. Um, but basically what she's saying, don't correct people if they're wrong. Don't think about being correct. There's really no, well, this is more huge topic, but it's just, don't get in a battle of the egos. This whole saying with relationships, like with women, is that you can be as persistent as you want, as long as you're not trying to convince. Because once you try to convince somebody to do something, they get this whole, it's just not good. Just from my own personal experience in relationships, like, you try to like put the moves on a girl, they say no, okay, cool. 5 minutes later, you can try again, and then it may change, but don't try to convince, hey, let's go out. I don't want to. Come on, let's go out. It's like, not good. All right. Um, Oh yeah, another thing too is guys. I was thinking about this really the other day. Now, have you ever noticed this? Tell me if I'm wrong or not, but guys like to have it's called it's like the one up thing, right? You're talking about your guys that have some crazy story. Then there are guys like, oh yeah, I guys there's everybody's one up at each other, Then you throw a female in the mix, and it's like, what the fuck? That's something I was kind of noticed that from my experience. All right. The next thing is FBI behavior per scientists. She talks about listening, and obviously, I'm gonna, I was gonna go here, and it all comes down to listening. People like to be heard, and it's like shutting up. Everybody's thinking about what the hell they're gonna say next, right? That's the classic thing. I'm like, oh yeah, I got this cool story I want to share, but uh, yeah, listening, as soon as you have a story or a thought in your head which will pop up, what she recommends is to toss it. Consciously tell yourself, I'm not going to say that. I mean, just boom, out the freaking window. That's what she mentioned. That's how you can become a better listener. Okay, because shutting up is one thing. You're thinking about what you're going to say next. Um, and all you should be doing is asking yourself, what idea or thought that the other person mentioned do I find fascinating and I want to explore? So if the other person talks about a lighthouse, you go, wow. And you start talking about lighthouses. And the person's interested in that. Who knows? And that's how you become a really good listener and you make friends. Pretty interesting, right? And last thing, according to her, which I thought was interesting, is some experts, will, her and a couple other people, I think mentioned this too, that people like to talk about challenges that I was researching. We like talking about our challenges that we have overcome. Like I mentioned, the one up thing, right? That guys have. I think girls do the same thing. Uh, but asking people what type of challenges did you have at work that you overcome this week? We like talking about that. You know, like with me, like person, I like big challenge this week was going to a different area, moving, and I had a couple other challenges. But like, what kind of challenges do you have living in this part of the world? Do you experience? There's another great one. How about challenges raising kids, maybe with pets? So we like talking about that. What do you think, huh? Interesting thing. So if you run out of things to talk about, ask people about their challenges. According to her, that was her idea. Pretty interesting. Anyways, I hope you really enjoyed this video or this audio about psychological tricks to get people to like you. Experiment with them. I thought they were really pretty cool for myself in my own life. I'm going to be implementing them and experimenting with them, so maybe you will as well. Hope you do. If you are interested in earning any type of income online, which is a very empowering thing to do, because let's all be honest here. I mean, having this safe, secure job, the world is changing so damn quickly, and it's tough. It's hard to find a safe, secure job. I mean, I remember working at a restaurant one time. I love this restaurant. I had a great experience working there. I made a lot of friends. I didn't get one damn complaint. Now, out of the blue, they fired me. And when you make money online on the side, it just feels really, really good. It's very empowering. Not just the damn money, it's the fact that you can feed yourself and, it's just a really good experience. However, if you're going to make any type of money online, there are some skills that you need to learn, otherwise you're not going to make shit. I know from personal experience. I got all this damn traffic. I had a YouTube channel, my old one. I had over 2 million views with this damn thing. I didn't make it that much money because I didn't know the part about converting that attention into money. I didn't know what to do after that sale. And there's a lot of things that you really should know before you jump into it. It's going to save you a lot of headaches, a lot of money, a lot of energy and time. I don't want people to go through what I went through. So that's why I'm really passionate about this. It's a really, really good thing. And the way to really succeed is to learn from somebody better than you, and that's a shortcut. Okay, that's how it is. A mentor. So I hope you check it out. If you're interested in making money online, check it out. Click on it. Take advantage of it. It's one of the best things I've ever come across. I honestly believe that. Okay, so I wish you the best. Have a great rest of your day, and bye.